Hi everyone, this is Tanya Schulte with the Profit Constructors, where we help you run with the big dogs. We're in the middle of a 4-part series about budgeting and how important it is as a specialty trade contractor to have budgets. We talked about some of the myths, why cost budgets aren't needed, and busted those. And then we talked a little bit about how important budgets can be. And if you were able to catch our bonus video, we taught you really quickly how to create a template inside of Knowify that allows you to make that budgeting process go even faster. So today we're going to take that template that we talked about last time, and we're going to go ahead and create a budget in Knowify and show you how quick and easy it can be to get the right data that's going to help inform what you should charge for your projects. So we're going to go ahead and use the template that we created last time. So last time we created a Hawaiian Brothers template. Now I'm going to go ahead and go into a job that we just created, and we're going to go ahead and click in Plan and Track. This job has no phases. We haven't added anything to plan or track against, but if we use our template, we'll go ahead and click here and grab that template. And you'll see we talked about is that one of the reasons it's nice to create a template is simply so that we can not forget anything. So in this case, we've created a template that would maybe follow the phases that an electrical contractor might use on their project. And we always advocate standardizing your budgeting process across all jobs. The more standardization that you can bring in, the easier it's going to be for you to delegate and be able to do those higher value things around the office if you are the owner. And if you are someone who is in charge of doing this, the more you standardize, the easier it's going to be for you to get things done and get out there and estimate and sell more jobs, right? So we went ahead and created a template that gives us every phase. So we won't forget the phases that we want to use every single time on every one of these electrical jobs. Now we're going to go ahead and enable cost categories for a couple of the phases. So you can see that that's a pretty quick and easy thing to do. I went ahead and enabled all of these cost categories, and I'm going to go ahead and do that for each of these first 2 phases. Now if you set up your template that way, you can always have those enabled. Or let's say, for instance, on mobilization and project setup, that you have a lot of labor, but you never really use subcontractors for mobilization or equipment on mobilization. So you can go ahead and remove those. So you could create your template something like this. So you never need to budget those things, and they just never need to be enabled inside that template. There's a lot of ways that you can customize here as you're setting these templates up. But today we want to talk about how do we build a budget. So the first thing in the list is materials. So we're going to go ahead and add some materials. And we're just going to say, well, for mobilization and project setup, perhaps we're really just going to, there's not going to be really a whole lot of materials in that mobilization category. But we could just say that perhaps for every mobilization that we do, we know that we're going to add some small tools budget, because maybe in every job we have to buy a couple more wire cutters, right? So let's just go ahead and add a small tools budget. So we can put whatever we want to in here. We know we're going to have labor on mobilization, so we're going to go ahead and add the laborers, and we can do this by person or by role. And so for mobilization, we might want to go ahead and say that there's some admin time coming into play here, and we might want to say that we have a project manager working on this mobilization. Perhaps we even, for mobilization, might have something like a warehouse manager handling it, or maybe set up field office trailer. So all these types of things that we might want to go ahead and put in that mobilization phase. And then miscellaneous items here as well, so we can budget anything we want and say that we want to make sure we're not, that we're covering any things that might happen in mobilization. Now when we get into the actual work of the job, obviously we're going to have materials there. There's a lot of different ways you can get materials into the budget here. If you already are doing a takeoff and able to translate that into a spreadsheet, you can copy from that spreadsheet. And so whatever platform that you might be using, whether that's Excel or some other takeoff and estimating platform that you have going. As long as you can get a spreadsheet and manipulate it to have 3 columns, a description column, a quantity column, and a unit cost column, you can just copy and paste right out of that spreadsheet right here into Knowify, and it will go ahead and enter all that data for you. That can be a really great way to do that. Or we can just go ahead and I'm just going to put a few things here. So let's say we need 40 of those, and we'll add another item. And we're going to go ahead and say we need, let's say 100 feet of that, at whatever that costs. And as you add these materials, you can tell I'm really up to date on my electrical needs these days. But as we add those materials, you can see that we're adding this subtotal of budget costs, and that's increasing our materials budget as we go along. So everything that we've added here is updating up here in our materials budget. And then we'll do the same thing that we did before. We'll go ahead and add the people that are going to be working out on this job with the number of hours that we believe need to be budgeted for it. So how long is this particular phase of job going to last? And we'll go ahead and say that we've budgeted enough hours there, and it's doing the same thing. As we add labor budget, it's increasing the budget up here. All right, well, maybe we're going to subcontract out some of this work. If we already have a signed subcontract, so we've already engaged with that subcontractor, we can go ahead and add them. But if we are still just doing a little bit of preliminary budgeting, we're just going to say, you know, we need to get some electrical help on this project, and we estimate it's going to be about this dollar amount. And that way, even if we don't have a signed contract in place, we can go ahead and get that budget in there. We can budget for both internal equipment and external equipment. So if we know that we're going to need a particular piece of equipment, we can go ahead and budget out how many hours that piece of equipment is going to have to be on the job site. Or if we know that we need to rent something, we can go ahead and say that we're going to rent a piece of equipment, and we can estimate how much that total cost is going to be. So again, every bit of this now is going up into our top line budget. And then let's just add one last, we'll just say I like to sometimes put contingencies here in the miscellaneous place, so all those unexpected things, definitely want to plan for that. Oop, that is not what I meant to do. All right, and now I'm going to go ahead and hit Save Changes. Now we could do this for every bit of those other phases that are on there, but you can see that this is starting to build an overall budget for us up here as well. So we have a total budget, and we can see across the job what we've budgeted for materials, labor, subs, equipment, and miscellaneous. It's a very simple, easy process to get this information in here. And like I said, if you're already doing takeoffs in another program, it's the simplest thing in the world to go ahead and get some sort of output from that other program in Excel or CSV format, manipulate it just a little bit. We just need those 3 columns, and then we can pull in that materials and miscellaneous. We quickly add those roles that we have set up for labor and our equipment, and voila, we have an actual cost budget that we can now use to roll forward and create a real solid estimate with a good markup where we can start to track against our margin. We're going to be talking about markup and margin in the future, so stay tuned on that. But this is a really great way to fairly quickly and easily get a budget set up so we have a great idea and starting point and foundation to build a good job and know that we're going to be profitable. So again, this is Tanya Schulte with the Profit Constructors, and I look forward to wrapping this series up with you pretty soon.